are you?
Hello,
Yeah, where are we? We're 71?
I think so. I wasn't here yesterday.
And me either.
Oh, I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep.
Uh,
You know, the Zoom changed the app for the iPad. I don't know. It's different now. I had all the controls on top. Now I have them on bottom.
on which app?
On the Zoom,
Oh.
you're working with your iPad?
I have now it's my computer.
So where are your
Um,
controls? On top?
the controls are on the bottom.
The same as mine now.
Yeah.
So who's here now? Ernie?
That is Ernie, yes. Hi, Ernie.
Okay.
Tomorrow, 6:30 in Shul.
Okay,
Here,
good.
it says 6:10, no?
6:10.
Let me look at the Colegno.
Why 6:10?
I don't know. Hold on a second. I don't mind, 6:30 sounds good, but
What time is Mincha?
1 second, please. See now. Colegno. Russian. Both of Yomi's at 6:10, Mincha's at 7:10. I
I
mean,
think
if
we
it's
could do it. I think we could do it at 6:30.
Okay.
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 What, the shit tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah.
And the Navi Shir will be at 6 o'clock Sunday night.
I know. I already sent the notice, even though a few said they cannot.
Who said they cannot?
Walter, Bernie, Harold said yes.
They would rather have it at
Amen.
regular time?
I don't know, Walter is here, you can ask him. Bernie
What's the
said-
regular time? 8 o'clock?
Regular time is 8 o'clock.
I would prefer that. Bernie can't make it, I can't make it, so.
Well, we'll keep it because people, I got some Mother's Day requests that we do it earlier because people were going out later. So,
I'm good. We're doing lunch.
okay, so this week, it's only for this week. Otherwise, we'll be back to our 8 o'clock time. We are on Ayin Aleph 71. Ravina Omar. We talked about normally you're not allowed to lend to a goy with interest, but a Talmid Chacham can. Why? Time of my goes rabbanon. Why is there a gzeira that you shouldn't lend even to a goy with ribbis? Shelma yilmod mimasa. You will get into the habit of loaning money with interest. Even the Talmid Chacham will lo yilmod mimasa. A Talmid Chacham will not learn from the actions of what he's doing. Ravuna, aha. Some people learn the statement of Ravuna here. Tony Rav Yosef. Im kesef talves ami, esoni imach. So ami v'nachri, you have to give tzedakah, and you have to give to Jews or to non-Jews. Ami koidim, or who should you loan money to? You should do a loan to a fellow Jew first. And who should you loan? Ani v'asher, ani koidim. A poor man, a wealthy man, you should loan money to a poor man. And it says, Eso ani imach, aniyecha v'aniyei ircha, if you have family members who are poor, and poor people in the city, aniyecha kodma, you should loan money to your family first. Aniyei ircha v'aniyei iracheres, poor people in your city versus poor people in other cities. Ani ircha kodmim, poor people in your city has precedence. Amar Mar, Ami v'nachri, a Jew and a non-Jew. Ami koidim. Pshita. I mean, why would we have a different havamina? Amar Rav Nachman, Amar li loy mitzracha, l'nachri beribis liYisrael b'chinam. Means you have the opportunity to loan money to a non-Jew with interest, and to a Jew for free. Even then, you should loan money to a Jew first. Tanya. Amri Rabbi Yossi Borei, Samias Eineim Shel Mave Ribis. The people who loan money with interest are blinded. Im Adam Kor L'Chaver Russia. If in the market somebody is called a Russia, so he's upset. He'll punch the guy in the face. Behaim, those that loan money with interest, mevi'in edim v'lav lav reklum v'dayu. They document the loan in the shtar. They have edim and a soifer v'koitzim v'koitzim employing yizeh kafar belokei Yisrael. That this person is rejecting the God of Israel, because the God of Israel says not to give interest, not to loan money with interest. Tanya Rosh Hashanah whoever has money and loans money without interest, all of a kasuv omer, kaspo lonos his money he gave without interest. V'shoichad al noki lo lakach, he didn't take bribes. He will never have a fall in his finances. And just the opposite. If you loan money with interest, you will lose your money. We see plenty of people who loan money without interest, and they also have financial declines. They'll have a fall, but then they rise again. But the ones that loan money with interest, they have a fall and they don't rise. Tzadik bimenu boleya. A tzaddik can have a fall temporarily, but a tzaddik gamor ain't a boleya klal, will never have a fall. Tanya Rebbe Yomi. Ger tzedek omer le'inyan mechira. When we talk about a Jew who converted to Yiddishkeit, where there's a din about, can he be sold as an Eved Ivri? Can Eved Ivri be sold to him? V'ger toshav ha'omer le'inyan ribis. And the Ger Toshav in the discussion of ribis, Eini Yodema. I'm not exactly sure what we're referring to. Ger Tzedek Omer Le'inyan Mechir Dichsiv. V'chiyamucha achicha. If your brother should have a financial fall. V'chiyamucha achicha imach v'nim karlak, and will be sold to you. V'lo lecha, not just to you, Ela af leger, it can be sold to a ger. Shenemar leger toishav imach or leeker mishpachas ger. So below leger tzedek and leger toshav. So an Eved Ivri could be sold to a ger. He could be sold to a ger toshav, which is a non-Jew who lives in Eretz Yisrael, who keeps Sheva Mitzvos Pnei Noach and doesn't worship Avodah Zarah. Mishpachas ger ze anochri. An Eved Ivri could be sold even to a non-Jew. And then when it says Ola Eker, Zanim Kalavodas Kachav Matzah, you're sold to a base of Avodah Zarah. Amramar. V'lo l'chayel l'ger. You could be sold not just to a Jew, but to a ger. Shenemar l'ger. L'meimer de ger koni Eved Ivri. Does that mean that a ger can acquire an Eved Ivri v'reminu? I'll show you a stira. Ein a ger nikne Eved Ivri. A ger himself cannot sell himself as an Eved Ivri. Vein ish of a ger kon an Eved Ivri. A woman and a convert cannot acquire an Eved Ivri. Lo nikne Eved Ivri. He's not sold as an Eved Ivri because it says v'yotza me'imach v'shavel mishpachto be'ina. Means when the Eved Ivri leaves his master, he goes back to his family. And a ger haleka doesn't have a family. Once he converts, he breaks all connection to his previous family. And then it says, "Vein isha v'ger korin Eved Ivri." A woman and a ger cannot acquire an Eved Ivri. Isha lavor chara. It's not tznius. People will be suspecting that she acquired this Eved to service her. Ger nami gemiri. We also have a halacha, a Masorah, the mikni kani. He who can be sold as an Eved Ivri can acquire the lo mikni lo kani. So since we said that an Eved, a ger cannot be sold as Eved Ivri, he can acquire. So that's the kash of Rebbe. Now that we've just learned that a ger cannot acquire an Eved, so what does Rebbe mean by this pasuk? Amar Avdachim bar Yitzchak, Eino kona v'dino ki Yisrael. An Eved, a ger cannot acquire an Eved Ivri like other Jews. Aval kona dino kedachri. When he acquires an Eved Ivri, it'll be like acquiring, like when a Nochri acquires an Eved Ivri. The Tanya. Hanirtza, an Eved Ivri who had his ear pierced to stay until Yovel. And an Imkar Nochri, and an Eved Ivri sold to a Goy, Eina Ovid Losa Ben Vlosa Bas. Normally, if an Eved Ivri is working for a master and the master dies, he completes his term by working for the master's son or daughter. But if you're sold to a goy, you get freed if he dies. Now, first of all, how are we going to force a goy to free an Eved that he bought? He doesn't follow Jewish law. So we're talking about, obviously, then must be that he was sold to a convert, a ger tzedek. His din is like a nochri, that he has to set him free because he and his children follow halacha. So it's another raya that a ger can acquire an Eved Ivri. Amar Mar. Ein isha v'ger korin Eved Ivri. We said a woman and a ger cannot acquire an Eved Ivri in the normal way. Now, Neima is, let us say that this price is not like corruption begamliel. The Tanya. Isha koines hashvachos. A woman can acquire a shivcha, veina kona es avadim, because it's a problem with tznius. Rav Shimon Gamliel Omer af koines avadim. So we see Rav Shimon has a different opinion. So afilu teima, we could say that price is like Rav Shimon Gamliel. Loikasha can't, when they prohibit, is be'evad ivri. But Khan, when Rabbi Shimon Gamliel allowed it, it's Bava Knani. Now, why should there be a difference? An Eved Ivri is Tzniala. There's more likelihood that the woman will fool around with the Eved Ivri because he's private. He's not going to reveal the secrets. So therefore, they offered her to acquire an Eved Ivri. She'll more likely to commit an Aveira. Eved Knani Paritzla. She knows that the Goyim talk a big game. And if she fools around with him, he's going to let everybody know. So that's an incentive for her not to commit an Aveira with him. And Rav Yosef, Tarbi Kalba. An Almana should not raise a dog in her house. Why? People will be suspicious of Mishkav Behema. Velotishri bar beirav u'shpiza. She also should not house a young Talmid Chacham in her house. So Bishma bar beirav tzniala. So I understand that Talmid Chacham is going to be private, and therefore we don't allow him to live in the house of the Almona because they might sin because she's not concerned that he's going to tell stories. But the dog's going to follow her around. And if she has relations with the dog, it'll be embarrassing to her. People will say, oh, she feeds him nice pieces of meat, and the dog is following her around because he's expecting to get meat from her. So they won't be choisher in Aveira. Then it says, Ger Toisha va'omer le'inyan ribis ma'i. What did they mean that a Ger Toisha with ribis? D'chsiv. V'chiyamicha achicha. V'chiyamucha achicha. Your fellow Jew will have a financial reversal. Umataya do imach. You will support him, v'chzaktabo. Ger v'toshav v'chayimah. Al tikach meito neshech v'tarbit. Don't take interest. V'yaresem lokecha v'cheyachicha imach. So we don't take ribis from a ger toshav. V'reminu, our Mishnah, loivim me'amim avnos lo b'ribis. We said you can loan them money with ribis and take ribis from them. V'chein b'ger toshav. I don't know if that's why Yitzchak miksiv al tikach me'itam me'ito mi'Yisrael. You can't take it from a Jew, but not the ger toshav. Torah bar al tikach me'ito neshech v'tarbis. Aval atanasalo oresh. You can be a co-signer in a note where there's ribis. Arev Laman, I understand. Ilem Arev Yisrael, V'atanma, Elu Oivrim Below Tasa, Amal V'aloiva Arev V'aedim. So you cannot serve as a co-signer for a loan with interest to a fellow Jew. Ela L'Nochri, who's loaning money to a Jew with ribis, and he's the Arev. The goyim would depend on the cosigner, and the lender can go directly to the cosigner. So I understand the cosigner is then going to have to go to the Jew to collect the principal and the interest. And then he's the one who's going to be taking the interest. How can that be permitted? On Rav Sheshes, Shekibel alav lodin b'din Yisrael. When the goy entered into this business relationship, he agreed to accept Jewish law, and he won't go to the Orev for repayment. He'll go to the borrower. So ikibel alav lodin b'din Yisrael. Ribis nami lo lishko. I understand if he accepted Jewish law, how is he taking a loan with interest? On Rosh Hashanah, kibul alav lazu, but lo kibul alav lazu. He didn't accept the rules regarding ribbis, but he accepted the rules regarding paying back the borrower himself before the Orif. Then we said, Malva Yisrael ma'osav shel nachri midasa nachri. A Jew could serve sort of as a middleman and lend a goy's money with the goy knowing about it. Malva Yisrael ma'osav shel nachri midasa nachri, v'lo midas Yisrael. Ketzah.
So you're saying, Ernie, he could be like a loan broker, but he can't
Let's
make
see.
it.
Let's see the case.
Okay.
Yisrael shalava mosman anachri beribis. A Jew borrows money from a goy with ribis. You're allowed to do that. Now, bikesh plachzirim. Now he's going to return it. But before he returned it, matzu Yisrael acher. Another Jew found this Jew. The Omar, you don't need this money anymore. You're ready to pay it back, but I need it. I will pay back the loan with the interest. Osir. Because it's going Jew to Jew. So then that can't be. But if the first borrower brought the second Jew to the goy, and the goy agrees, then it's permitted. So that's the format. A goy borrowed money from a Jew beribis. Remember, we said that the Chacham made exera not to do it unless you're Talmid Chacham. But the Nachri borrowed, and then the goy wants to pay the Jew back. Matzu Yisrael acher, another Jew found this goy v'amarlo, Tanam li, pay me, vani elecha ribis kider shata malalo. I'll pay you the ribis the way you pay the other guy ribis, mutter, because he's paying the ribis to the goy, not to a Jew. But if the arrangement was made in the presence of the Jew, im hamidu etz Yisrael asur. Bishma seifa chumra, that's the chumra of ribis. Reisha, even though it was done in the presence of the goy, kivan ein shlichus l'nochri, shlichus works by Jews, but there's no shlichus by a goy. And therefore the shaliach is not considered like him. It's like he's doing it on his own das. It's the Jews collecting ribbis. How can the brisa permit it? You go into Omerle, the goy says, when he returns the money to the Jew, he put him on the ground and he left. And the Jew comes along and takes it. So So there's two different loans. The goy loaned money to two different Jews. So why wouldn't that be permitted? The goy took the money from one Jew paying him it back and handed it immediately to the other guy. Still, the loan is being done by the goy. Why is that a problem? Because when he's doing this, he's doing al das Yisrael. He's relying on the trustworthiness of the borrower, of the second borrower, because of the introduction of the first guy. So, Kamash Malan, we're not concerned that it's permitted. We're not concerned that the first Jew was involved. Rav Ashi Omar, a different teretz. Ki amrina nein shlichus l'nochri animili betruma. There really is shlichus by a nochri. When we say there's no shlichus by a nochri, it's truma. Avam cholatar kula yesh shlichus l'nochri means you can appoint a goy as a shaliach. But had Rav Ashi Brusi, it's not correct. Ki maishna truma delo. Why can't a goy be a shaliach by truma? Tichsiv kain tarumi gam atem truma tzad Hashem. Atem gam atem. Ma atem b'nei bris av shluchachem nami b'nei bris. A shliach has to be a Jew. But shlichut t'chol haTorah kula nami mitruma garminan lo. All of the dinim of shlichus are learned from truma. That shlucha shalom kamoisei. So, Elod Ravashi Brusi, it's not correct what Ravashi said that a goy can serve as a shaliach. Ikedi Amri, other people, Amr Ravashi ki Amrina and shlichus l'nochran and milu inu l'didon. They can't be our shaliach. Aval anan l'didu avinu shaliach. But we can serve as their shaliach. I vad Ravashi Brusi. But that statement of Ravashi is not correct. Maishna inu l'didon delo. Why cannot they serve as our shaliach? The sivatem and gamatem l'rabba shluchachem. That even they can do it. Matem b'nei bris, avshulchem b'nei bris. But we say just like you are Jews, your shlichim have to be Jews. So anan l'didu nami. So we as their shaliach also matem b'nei bris ka'amar. It also seems to be a restriction of b'nei bris. That we can't serve as shaliach. El hadravashi brusi. The truth is, it's not true that the shaliach Nochri cannot serve as shaliach for truma. And says the Rambam, Ein Nochri nechshav l'shliach b'chol inyan shebetoira. Says Ravina, the shlichus of Nochri lesle zechiyah midrabanan isle. To be zoicha for somebody else, at least midrabanan they can do. Midi davi hakotten. Regarding hakotten, Kotten lav afagat the lesle shichas. Even though a kotten cannot be a shliach, isli schim midrabanan, the chachamim gave him power to be zoicha. Hachanami loishna, but the loyi. It's not correct. Yisrael osi l'chlal shlichas. A kotten will grow up to be a full-fledged Jew who will be in the parsha of shlichas. Nachri lo osi l'chlal shlichas. So there's no zechiyah by goy either. Okay. Everybody have a wonderful Shabbos.
Oh, yeah, Shabbat shalom, everybody.
6:30.
All right.
Shalom.